So we all like to pay bills, right? Like, growing up, we all have to pay rent, the usual type. But here's the thing that a lot of us don't seem to talk about as often is utility bills. Now, these can be a double-edged sword, but man, dude, I've had some crazy experiences working with utility bills and paying them, and wow, it's fucking insane. Here in the Midwest, we have these two companies called Evergy, which is for the electricity, and then we have one called Spire, that's for gas. And like for the most part, they get the job done, but man, these motherfuckers are greedy. Like if you mention someone out here in Kansas City about Evergy, man, like everyone's gonna agree and say that Evergy sucks balls, and here's why. Evergy is like fine on paper, like it gets the job done for the most part, but there's so many outages that occur all the time with Evergy, especially in apartments. My apartment right now has a lot of outages at times, but yeah, there's other people who also had Evergy for houses as well, and they also had some outages every day there too. And what's even more insane is that like at the beginning of this year, fucking they raised the rates just for no reason due to inflation, and I thought that was absolutely insane. Like we already paying quite a bit in electricity bills. Like, why do you have to get greedy and raise everything up? It's kind of bad, bro. From 2017 all the way up to 2025, the residential rates have increased by 5.6%, which, like, on paper doesn't sound that much, but in reality, it's actually a fucking 25% increase over time for bills. And it's for the same thing. It's a human, like, essential need. And I can't believe that how much that's been going up just in the last 10 years. Like, I'm kind of scared to see what's going to happen the next 15 years with this company. What's absolutely mind blowing is that Evergy decided to increase 13.4% of that in just the last 4 months that started in the beginning of 2025, which is scary as hell to think about because who knows what's going to happen with this company 1 year from now. See if any more rates increase due to fucking everything else, inflation, tariffs, I don't know, fucking, just greed in general. Corporate greed is going wild with these utility bills. Like, Evergy was good at my last apartment, but for this apartment, the rates got skyrocket like crazy too in general. Like, I remember there was something wrong with an electrical outlet or something that was causing my bill to skyrocket super quickly, like up to like fucking, like fucking $400 a month one time. And it was absolutely the worst type of bill I've seen in a long time for electricity because there was something frying in the outlets that was bad because the way they ground these wires and the fucking the outlets themselves, it was terrible. And I'll also never forget one time I went to go unplug my phone. This outlet was literally peeking out of its socket, not right, and then I fucking pulled it out too fast. Somehow cut the spark off, and it was like sparking everywhere like a firework. It jumped me wide awake, and I thought that shit was just like, what the fuck? And the worst part was later that day, that shit was like half the unit was bad, dude. Now, this was not Evergy's fault, but at the same time, I did try to call them and everything, and they tried to say, like, oh, yeah, the rates are normal and whatnot, but fuck, dude, it was just insane. But what was Evergy's fault was they still try to charge me for that faulty outlet, everything skyrocketed because I don't use electricity like crazy. My AC units are not always on and all this stuff. And I use my computer whatnot, but all the lights are always turned off too. Like there's no reason why I had to pay $400 for that month. And when I try to describe it to them in customer service, they just looked at it as black and white as, oh, you use this much to pay for electricity, but you're not going to pay. So I had to fight with them for a good period of time. And then eventually my dumb ass just gave in and paid it. And this happened like 2 years ago. And that's what kind of made me realize how bad a lot of these utility companies are. Everyone talks about debt collectors, everyone talks about taxes, but man, no one talks about the utility bills and how fucking money hungry they get and how much they take from you if you let them. We'll see what happens in the future, but right now, dude, it's not looking so good for Evergy. But Spire, on the other hand, dude, like they got some problems too, and we'll talk about that. I gotta say, man, Spire has some of the worst fucking customer service, and it's crazy, dude. Because, like, I remember one time I had to call them because my water heater was broken, but I did not know that, so I thought maybe somehow my gas got shut off. So I went ahead and called them, right? They said everything was working and whatnot, but then I asked them, like, if someone could come out here and look at this and everything. And they were like, okay, yeah, we could do that. So that I write down my name, and then they'll say, we'll transfer you to someone that will help you with this even more. And guess what they did? They hung up on me and I never got transferred. I was like, what the hell was this shit, man? Like, this was like the first time I've ever had something like this happen to me while I was calling customer service. Like, they're like, yeah, we'll transfer you over. And then boom, like, not give a fuck. And be like, yeah, dude, fuck this dude. I wasn't even upset or nothing. I was just trying to, get my things figured out. It was pretty tedious too because I remember I had to put in my information, my email all over the phone, my social security, my phone number, and my, oh man, just it was such a long list of things before I finally got a hold of an agent. The first lady just really sucked too. Like, she was extremely inconsiderate, rude, kept interrupting me when I was trying to explain the situation. It was pretty awful, dude. Like, she should have probably gotten fired, but I don't know, dude. Sounds like that company don't care. And the other guy was a bit nicer, but he definitely was still confused on like how like things were not working properly. But I finally was able to get it all figured out, thankfully. But it was so fucking annoying. Apparently, Spire has a lot of shady practices too in the past. Like, apparently, they've been known for doing illegally bribing the United States government to install really cheap, crappy pipes for around the houses and apartments, so they could like have profits over the best like profits possible with using the worst quality material pipes. Which, in my opinion, sounds very illegal. But they've been getting away with this for some time now, and it's really infuriating and frustrating because I do believe it because I do see the pipes outside my place and it's not very like it does not look brand new at all. They look very cheap and very shitty. Like they definitely don't look like they're in 2025 at all. Like the pipes at my apartment look like they're about like 40 to 50 years old. Like it's kind of ridiculous how old they look. They look like they're from like 19 fucking 70s or something. And another thing that's absolutely ridiculous as well is now Spire wants to increase their rates by 15%. Like they want to increase their rates just as much as Evergy did or even more, which is absolutely ridiculous. I guess everyone's just taking advantage of everything that's been going on recently with inflation. It's just so fucking bad. I'm honestly kind of worried for the future of these two companies. Like, I would not be surprised if these residents be paying 450 to 500 bucks in just utility rates at this rate because of everything that's been going on. Anyways, everybody, that's all I got to say about these damn utility rates. Like, I have nothing else really to talk about with them besides how crazy they are. But, like, if you guys have any interesting stories about your utility companies and how they try to fuck you over and stuff or whatever that has happened to you, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below because I'd like to read some of these because it'd be pretty dope and chill because I'm pretty sure y'all can relate with this in some way. And I do know that everyone that lives in Kansas City can relate with this whole fucking Spire and Evergy BS that's been going on because I know we're all kind of fed up with it. I know I am. Also, everybody, I do want to talk about an update about my dad. I just want to say is thank you guys so much for watching the last video and thank you guys for hearing me out. And I do appreciate everyone that's donated on the GoFundMe page. I actually already funded over $700 as of the recording of this video. My goal is to try to get 5,000, but I'm not even that worried about hitting that mark if I don't hit it. But honestly, up to $1,000 would be insane because I was not sure how well this GoFundMe would do, but it definitely has exceeded my expectations, especially in such a short period of time. So thank you guys, everyone, for being so kind and donating money for my dad. I recorded that video about 4 days ago and uploaded it 2 days ago, and it's been about 4 or 5 days since the incident happened, about the video recording and everything that's been going on. And yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit better, but I did take a bit of a mental break and just went to work at my regular job for a while. It was definitely nice to also catch up with my dad, dude, and kind of even get to hear from him more often. And I also just kind of see how he was doing in general as well. It's been really fun. Unfortunately, he lives like 1,200 miles away from me, so I won't be able to always go see him when I can, but eventually, really soon, I am thinking about booking up a trip when I can to go see him, because you never know. Like, he's in pretty good shape right now. He's still pretty cheerful and active for the most part, but yes, he is doing some chemotherapy, and he's looking forward to try to get better with that treatment. My dad also did call me and saw the video, and he did say, thank you so much. It meant a lot to him, and he did not expect any of this to happen, so his reaction was very thankful and grateful. It was pretty cool. I was really happy to make him proud. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you guys have different utility companies that's not Evergy and Spire, and I hope you all have a good one, so I'll see you all in the next video.